8 o'clock.
Show 5.
Oh, wow.
Show 5.
Hey, everyone. There's no one here yet, but you guys are coming. Welcome to episode number 5 of the He versus She show with myself, Get Up to Par, and the Mr. ChrisMarvel.
What's up, y'all?
Again, you have to continue to introduce yourself
Yeah.
because this is my audience.
That's true.
As of now, is my audience.
At some point, I'm going to be like, how Drake said, it's been a couple years since, he entered the room and nobody knew his name. But in the meantime, I'm ChrisMarvel, relationship coach, author.
Lolo.
And, yeah, man, it's a good time. We're about to have a good time tonight.
We are going to have such a good time. So if those of you are like, hey, what are they doing? Again, I'm going to keep reiterating this because I know there's always somebody new every Thursday. So Chris and I decided to start a relationship series called the He versus She show. Mm-hmm. And pretty much we cover all things relationship from a female and a male's perspective. I give my non-expert advice and he gives his expert advice because he is a relationship coach. Just go ahead really, really quickly and drop all of your accolades. All
right. So I've been doing this about 10 years. I've written 2 books. I've coached everybody, people that you know, that you've seen on TV, the people in your neighborhood. It's just what I do, whether it's premarital, whether it's dating. We have a marriage class, a dating class. You want to make sure that you're going to thefreshlifebrand.com for even more information about what's going on. But I'm all about connecting people with the best people that they want to be with.
Absolutely. And I can actually vouch for his services. I have been working with Chris before I got married. He was my life coach when I was working in radio and just trying to figure things out. And then when I started seriously dating, he became kind of a relationship coach. When I was in my first marriage, he was my premarital counselor. And then as I was going through my divorce, he helped me during the divorce. I mean, I've used him along the way. And literally, he has worked so well for me. And he's about 10 years in the marriage game. So he knows a little something. So you guys can have his IG name. It is tagged in the title, but I'm going to pin it here as well. And we love you guys back. Yeah. It's very hard to pin when I have this on this little tripod thing, but
Jamaica's in the building. Hey, Jamaica.
Yeah, someone said all the way from South Africa.
South Africa.
That's crazy. I haven't even been there.
Also, let us give a shout out to each other that the fact this is our 5th episode.
Facts.
5 episodes.
And so listen, for those of you, Chris mentioned this last week, and I'm like staring at the screen because I'm trying to pin his name. This is his IG handle. Wait, if it lets me pin it. Hold on. Okay, there we go. For those of you who are contemplating starting something, a business, a podcast, a blog, a website, whatever, a group. Chris literally came to me and said, we should do a relationship show. Mm-hmm. My response was, let's do it.
Let's rock.
That next week, we started show number 1. That was it. So we're really just figuring it out as we go. But it's happening. We started it. It's here. So if you had any discouragement before, that is your cue to just go ahead and do it. Okay, I want to jump right in.
Let's go.
Chris, what are we doing tonight?
So
what are we doing tonight?
Let me just plant this out here. We are talking to 12 different single people across the United States. And we are going to just check in with them and see what is the difficulty that they may be facing. Just kind of what's going on in the single world. It's been a world that I haven't personally been a part of for 12 years almost. And so I'm just curious, what's the difficulty? What's the dope parts? I want to get hip. I feel like I'm getting a little old in the game, and so I just want to kind of keep my ear to the street. So we about to just tap in, man. I know we got some of our people in the room.
Yes.
So we're excited to, check them out and hear from them.
Lauren said, y'all should call me.
Oh.
We have plans. This is not our last show. So we have plans for special individuals just like you. And one thing about our show, we like to involve our audience on the show. And what Chris did not mention is tonight, whoever gives us the best feedback on the live which can be an answer to a question, offers the best question, which means use the question box.
Please.
That is underneath the live. Use the question box. You will receive a free.
I'm gonna give another ebook out too.
Okay, so 2 books. This book, ebook, and session.
Yep.
Oh my. What?
I'm being generous.
Wow. Okay, so if you are, I'm gonna call it the greatest contributor. If you are the greatest contributor of the evening, you will receive a Love Laws copy by your very own ChrisMarvel. It's a wonderful book. Okay, it literally gives you some really tangible laws of love. You'll also receive an ebook, How to Find Your Soulmate in 90 days, which is excellent. And you'll also get a free coaching session with Chris. This can be about anything you want. Life, relationship, whatever. Just pick his brain. Get there. It's free. Take notes. Utilize the resource. All this will be free to you tonight in a package if you are our greatest contributor. All right. So who are we starting with? Listen, I see one-on-one Paula.
Let's just hit her.
Let's go with Paula.
Yeah.
Paula, you're up. We're about to call you. I hope you're ready. Got your lip gloss on. I hope you dress right. Because here we go. Okay. It says waiting for Paula. Hey, girl.
Hi.
Ooh, look. She ain't got no makeup on. She got that natural glow. They gonna see this natural beauty tonight. Okay, so introduce yourself to our audience, Paula, before we start questioning you about why you so fine and you so single.
Right, that part. Hi. I'm nervous. It's my first live, but
Congrats!
Yeah.
I'm mad about that. What you been doing on social media?
You know what?
That's another conversation. I'm sorry.
Right. Okay.
But you know better. Okay, so go ahead. Hi, I'm Paula.
Hi, I'm Paula. Currently I am a fitness trainer. I own a studio here in Atlanta. I've been in Atlanta for about 14 years. Born and raised out of New York.
Awesome.
What else? I'm a mother of 2. I look a lot younger than I am. Which honestly I think plays against me sometimes.
Okay. We'll talk about that. That might be in your head.
Yeah.
Okay, so Chris.
Yeah.
What is our first question
for
the wonderful Paula?
Miss Paula, if you could, can you rate your single life from 1 to 10? 1 being is dry, or 10 we cooking. I'm turning them down left and right.
Let me say this. I could turn it down left and right, but really I'm probably at around a 1 because I just started.
Okay, you just started dating. So that means that you're recently single, or you just decided to start back dating after being single for a period of time?
I've been single now for about 3 years.
Okay.
By choice. Supposed to work on myself after my last relationship. And I actually started to date right before COVID hit. COVID sat me right back down.
That was horrible. We ain't ready.
And that's gave me a chance to work on myself. And honestly, I feel probably better than I have ever felt.
Can I ask you a question? You just came out of a relationship 3 years ago and you took some time to yourself. What was the greatest lesson you learned in that 3 years?
To put me first. I was always putting everybody first, their needs, what they needed, what they wanted, putting myself on the back burner, and I had to stop that.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So next question. You want to roll with this one?
Okay. So I know you noticed that you said the quarantine kind of sat you down.
Yeah.
So when exactly was your last date?
When was my last?
Not like he was like, pull up, I want to see you. Like a date.
A real man, like a
like
date.
He set a time, a day, this is what we're doing. You got dressed. Like you knew it was a real
You felt
date.
appreciated.
Yes.
Haven't had one yet.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So what are these guys doing?
Watch this. I got a question. What is your expectation as a mature woman who has had some, has had a quality date in your life? You've been in a relationship. What does it mean to have a quality date?
Everything.
So tell me, paint the picture for me. He pulls up, or maybe he don't even pull up. Yeah, paint the picture for me.
Yeah, they don't even pull up no more.
He's sending you an Uber.
What?
Yeah, they be like, catch a Uber and all this other stuff.
Right. Like, no. A real first date would be, ideally in this day and age, just meeting up at a place, dinner, drinks, and just good conversation. And you don't get that much nowadays, to be honest.
Yeah.
So this is my question, since the answer was you haven't had one.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you're waiting for a guy to ask you out on a date? Or do you feel like they've made an attempt and you just wasn't really interested?
I'm waiting on somebody to actually be consistent.
To be consistent.
My number, like, you should use it. If you don't use it, don't expect anything. Like, their expectations do not meet where they're coming from. Like, they'll get my number, then they won't really use it, call me a week or two here and there. At that point, I'm off of you. Like,
yeah.
I figure I found out, even just being a man, and I can go back into, my years when I was single, that guys they think that it'll be a turnoff if they seem thirsty, so they don't call early. And so they try their best to avoid looking thirsty, and they really do. They want to call you.
If you wait a week to call me, or if I text you and you don't text me back for 5 days, I'm done.
Okay, so that's two different things. So you text him, he waited 5 days.
That is
okay, he's playing.
Done.
We're done. We're done with him. But I do know this about the male ego, right? Some men, for whatever reason, whatever they've experienced in their life, however women have treated them, they do feel like she should initiate the first contact, right?
Do they really?
They do. They do. Are you being sarcastic?
No, I'm for real. I didn't know.
Chivalry must be dead.
Wow.
Well, chivalry is alive if you make it a part of part of your environment. But no, I can honestly say that I know men that are so used to a certain type of woman that, like he said, they don't want to feel thirsty. So they feel like as soon as she hit me up, then I'll start the dialogue. And I'm going to be honest, in this day and age, people hide behind their phones and social media. So they don't have real social skills. So they're kind of like, I don't know what to say. So I'm going to feed off of her energy. All I'm suggesting is, we know energy, right? We can sense when somebody is interested and when they're not. So if you sense someone that's interested, don't be afraid to say, hey, how are you? I met you such and such, or this is Paula. Just seeing what you up to. Just don't be thirsty, but don't be afraid to be open in dialogue. It's just dialogue.
Agreed. Now, see, that's the thing. Once they finally make that step, and you would think that people are coming at me all the time, but they don't. That's another thing. Like, they just don't. So once you actually make that attempt, and I give you that room, and I give you my number, and we do start talking, don't get ghost after the fact. That be the problem. And these guys, they seem to be used to these younger women who are contacting them all the time, and they're on them. And I'm busy. So if I make time for you, you should appreciate it. And if you don't appreciate the time that I'm making as a business owner, as a mother, everything that I got going on, then yeah.
So I was gonna, I'll say this. I do think it goes both ways. I think there are times where it is both ways for everybody. I think that women can play the same game. I think men can play the same game. I am a staunch believer, though, that men should pursue. Men, they have the instinct to pursue. Yeah. They have the instinct to go after, to kill naturally. So if they want to, when you're providing for your family, you don't send a woman out to go pursue and take care of. You go out. And so I think men have to show that initially to a woman, you're willing to do what it takes to get me. And if you get me, you're willing to do what it takes to keep me safe and fed.
I agree.
I think that's what it shows early on. But I think that women also have to throw the rope out a little bit, or at least touch the rope and say, hey, I'm interested too. I think it does go both ways.
I agree. I think me giving you my number and giving you my time says that.
Fair.
Okay, so let me ask. So I like to play devil's advocate a lot. And I also come off as being really hard on women, right? But I'm trying to really get women to think, just think about everything. So don't get offended by anything that I may ask or say. But this is my question to you, Paula.
Yes.
If you had to take any responsibility in your dating life, the lack thereof, current, future, past, what would you say what area are you failing in? Women can't never. Now, if I would have asked, now listen, if I would have asked, what area are the men failing in, you would have had a long list.
No.
Right or wrong?
I think for me, right now, currently dating, for me, it's, I think I'm scared more so than anything. I've been very reserved in it, only because the guys, they come at you. I'm getting, hey, come over my house. I don't want to come to your house when I don't know you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, no, you know, that their expectations are, we're sleeping together on the first date. Like,
okay, so wait a minute. We still talking about him. My question was
me.
You.
Come
on now, we're gonna think.
I say it. I said that I'm scared. I am scared.
Okay, so your fear, do you think that you are what is the word I'm looking for? Like giving off the fear.
Are you giving
Leading
off
with fear?
Are you giving off the sense that I might not be all in?
Or is it fear that I'm so scared, so I need to ask all my scared questions? Day one, text one.
That's good.
You know, because we got them questions. We be like, so, is you single? Is you really single? What was your last relationship? Whose fault was it? Where she live? Do you have any kids? You got like all of these questions are, I'm really scared and I need these answers because I'm afraid of you. And men can sense that fear. And to them it's like, dang, like, hold up. You know, not saying you shouldn't ask anything, but I think it may, and I'm not saying this is what you do. Again, I'm just asking, dropping things out.
Question.
Right. You know, so my thing is, and this is not even an answer to this question. This is what I want you to take away and think about. What responsibility do I have in my singleness? Where am I going wrong? If I'm scared, what am I scared of? Okay, answer that question. And then, why am I scared of that? Did something happen to me that made me scared of a total stranger that hasn't done anything to me yet? Right? He hasn't done nothing to you, but you already scared of him. That came from what somebody else did. Right or wrong?
True. Okay,
so he either deserves a clean slate, or you got to say, I'm not dating until I'm not scared of these strangers anymore.
I'm gonna bark back against you. I'm gonna stand up for you a little bit here.
He do that. That's why.
I legit.
That's why it's he versus she.
I legit believe that the fact that you've been on the sideline building on yourself means that you truly value whatever you jump into next.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that there's a little bit of a paucity to what you dive into, what you give your attention to. So I don't give you any fault for taking your time or to being cautious. I think that you've been through something. You've felt the experience of a relationship. You've had the fun. You've had the drama. Whatever you've had in that relationship, you've experienced it. You're not new to the game. So now you're like, okay, whatever I get next, I want it to be legit, sound, and rooted.
Right.
And if that means that I'm moving a little slow, young brother, then in the end, that's cool. You're not for me. But you might need somebody, that's a little bit more mature, who's maybe been through the same thing, who can also say, hey, I'm willing to take it a little slow.
Well, how do you even get to those conversations? So see, this is what I was trying to say.
So I think that young guys are approaching her because they see you as
someone. Not young guys. She said.
Who's is it younger guys?
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of younger guys because I look young.
Right. So they're
younger guys are.
But they're not ready for her stage.
Beautiful women. You're beautiful.
But they're not ready for her stage because that might be their first real relationship. Mm-hmm. And she needs somebody who's either her age or a couple years older, who's probably, if they're single, been through the same thing.
Right. So I'll say this, if you're getting approached by the same type of guy, like same guy, different person, different name, then you have to change your surroundings.
You got to hang around some old cougars.
You got to go somewhere else.
Well, and that's the thing. It's been so difficult with COVID. So it's like everything is on a standstill.
No. Okay, listen, Paula. When I say go somewhere, that don't mean physically get up, walk, and go to the library. Go somewhere else mentally. Like perspective, priority, preference. go somewhere else in those areas. And I know Paula, so we've had some conversations before. And I jokingly said to her, and we all gonna be real, I said, girl, all these guys want to sleep with you because you're so fine. You know, and they go to your page, got all these fine pictures with your clothes half off. But, you know, I was like, so, and that's fine if that works for your business, but put the clothes on in the conversation. Put the clothes on with words that come out of your mouth.
Right.
So anyways, my only advice, and when you stick around for the live, please put some questions in the question box, because we use the half part of this to answer the question. But literally, when I say go somewhere else, be open-minded in other areas. That's what I mean. Don't mean, okay, go from the club to the library, you know, because you can't really go there. So switch your mind into different areas. Okay, Paula?
Okay.
All right. We love you. Bye. Okay.
All right. So you want to get a guy on here?
Yeah. Nehemiah's here because I see him. So we're going to go live with Nehemiah. Oh, she said, I'm ready.
Y'all already
Troy's
now.
in here. Okay, hold on. This good. This is good.
Hey, ready?
Remember, I give my non-expert expert advice. What's up, Nehemiah? Oh, he done washed his face.
What's up?
He got that. Just wash my face glow. Okay, Nehemiah, introduce yourself for my audience. Tell them who you are, what you do, who you're looking for.
All right. My name is Nehemiah Thomas. I'm here in Atlanta. I'm a fitness instructor. I've been in Atlanta for about 3 years now. And I'm single.
Okay, what else about you? You got kids?
I'm a father.
You are a father. Okay.
Father.
Awesome.
I love how you said you a father, not that I got kids. That portrays a different message to me.
Yeah.
Okay, Chris, go ahead. Go ahead, Chris.
King, welcome.
What's up, bro?
Okay, so now first off, I'm gonna give you a lot of credit for even doing this, because
yes,
I've had a lot of men who I've tried to over the years get into conversations, video about this topic, and men don't want to be involved with relationships, it seems like. So tell me, as a man, why are you, first off, do you desire to be in a relationship?
Hell yeah. No
Okay,
question.
now, so that the women can get some really good feel.
Oh, they said do Nehemiah, no Paula. They do. You see, y'all missing out. Okay, go ahead.
Do give women some real good, some feel good about, are men interested in relationships or are they not?
Yeah, we are. And it depends on that, and it depends on the guy. You know, the same way some situations, some relationships make people better. It makes some of us better. And so, you know, my past relationships, you know, it made me better. And so, but it depends on the guy, what he got going on, if he's trying to build a foundation, because that's most important. You know.
Do you feel like you're ready for a relationship?
I am now.
And tell me why. What qualifies you to be ready?
What qualifies me to be ready? A foundation. That's number one. I used to be weak. You know, a woman could run over me. You know what I'm saying?
That's a strong phrase.
Yeah. Hold on, brother. Wait a minute.
I used to be weak.
You ain't gonna just get vulnerable and we gonna leave it out there now.
Yeah.
When you say you used to be weak, help me understand.
Come on now.
What was a weakness, if you care to share, and how did you address it?
My weakness was I wanted to do anything for my woman, but I should have done anything for him. You know that spiritual foundation.
Man, love the Lord.
You know what I'm saying? And so I had to learn this now. You know, and so a lot of women, you know, they got the bad side of it, and so I have a foundation now, and so now I'll do anything for her. But if it's not a part of what he want me to do, man, I gotta let you go. And so a lot of women in my last relationship, why I had failed was the man that she wanted me to be was the man I was in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? And so
she's treating you like Ghost.
Yeah.
I can't even laugh at the joke. I don't watch it. No.
And so the guy that she desired, I was that guy, but you know, I wanted to feed her flesh instead of her spirit, and that's what she needed. So in the end, she was begging for the guy who I was. and not who the guy who I had became. And so, and if I would have had that foundation, I would have stayed that guy. You know what I'm saying? And so instead of just doing whatever it took to please him.
Bro, thank you. I applaud that answer, man. I mean,
man.
Wow.
So,
okay,
I love self-reflection. Yeah, but go ahead.
No, yeah, I mean, it's just, growth is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
You start to realize how many people you got to leave behind the more you're growing. And it sucks, but you're like, I got to go this way. So, so can I share your response that you gave me when I asked you, were you single? Like, I'm sliding people DM. I had to tell Lamar, like, if you see anything on the shade room that says, I slid in somebody's DM, let me tell you why first. And so I'm sliding his DM like, are you single currently? And he was like, I'm single. No entanglement or nothing. Who's asking? And I was like, it's me. I'm asking. But so the fact that you gave me that response let me know, like, you really desire to have a wife, right?
I do.
Okay, so this is my question. What are you looking for in a wife that you can't seem to find in Atlanta?
She in Atlanta. You know, if she's not in Atlanta, she's somewhere. But
you ain't found her yet.
I don't count Atlanta out, man. You know, it's just
I found my boo in Atlanta. Don't count Atlanta out.
You know, Atlanta got a lot of amazing women. You know, some of the most beautiful women in the world, inside and out. And so, but what I'm looking for is a woman who's willing for me to love her naked. And what I mean by that is a woman who's confident in where she's going. I mean, where she's been. You know, her trials and her tribulations, and somebody who's not ashamed of what they've gone through. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the last person to judge anybody. You know, and so me finding a woman that's confident in her insecurities, well, not confident in her insecurities, but who's not afraid to share those insecurities with me and, you know, not lie and be honest, because I ride with you, you know, through whatever. You know, we're going to get your credit right. We're going to do whatever.
Sis,
let me play.
Wait now. He said he get your credit right.
Oh,
if y'all don't slide in his DM,
I'm going to help you fight. You know, all of that stuff. And so,
let me ask my ladies something real quick.
Yeah.
My ladies, if y'all are a DM slider, give me a thumbs up. I just need to know. Because if y'all afraid to slide in somebody's DM, or are you sliding? Don't be afraid now. Because sometimes we just need to know. Are you sliding or riding? Thumbs up. Okay, go ahead, Nehemiah.
Pastor Nehemiah.
Yeah, they give you all type of names and love. They like, no, she in Texas. Your soulmate in Texas. Okay, so let's hear about your last date.
Oh, my last date or my last relationship?
Date.
Man, dates don't even make across the desk. What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
What you mean?
Help me understand, brother.
I haven't been on a date since my last relationship where, like, I was listening to where y'all was talking about Paul as far as a guy, like, yo, be ready at such and such time on such and such date where such and such. I'm going to take you here. I haven't done that yet.
Why not? Oh, because you haven't found a person you felt like qualified for that date.
Yeah.
But how are you judging them off of, if you all haven't sat down with them? Go ahead, Chris.
See, I was right when I told Paula the same thing. Because you've been in a relationship already, you've experienced the highs and the lows. You're not just diving into the next pretty face.
Nah.
And okay, so now women, here's a lesson here.
Just because he's not diving, don't mean he can't tread the water a little bit. Get in the water.
I think Nehemiah's in the pool.
You know, you put your feet in and see if it's cold.
Nehemiah's in the pool. He's just not playing Marco Polo right now.
Oh,
come on, okay.
I think he just watching everybody swim.
He's not playing Marco. Yeah, that's what he's not doing.
Backstroking, she drowning.
Yeah.
I don't think he's in the water.
That's the problem with a lot of these dates is people backstroking too quickly. Nehemiah just want to be in the pool to get comfortable in the water. Okay. And figure out who's in the pool with him.
Isn't that what a date is about?
It is what it's about. But when I was a kid in the pool, I'm going to stick with the pool. The fact is, I wasn't comfortable with everybody in the pool because I was still learning how to swim. Oh, my goodness.
So you waiting for them to get out?
No, I'm not waiting for them to get out, but I knew that I needed to learn how to swim first before I started playing around with everybody else.
Okay, but he just told us he knows how to swim now.
I got a foundation now.
He know how to swim now.
So you want him to get on the diving board?
Nehemiah, at least put your feet in the shallow. You know how you don't want to get wet, but you put your feet in the shallow and it feel good? At least put your feet in the shallow. My thing is this. How do you know who she is if you won't even sit down and have a conversation with her? That's all I'm saying. Because I'm gonna be honest. Excuse Lamar for my situation, right?
Yeah.
If you go to my social media page or maybe even see me in person, you may feel like she loud, she didn't tell me that. I don't know about her. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be honest. But if you sit down and have a conversation with me and be like, oh, she just loud because she's passionate. Or she's here because no, I'm just being honest. Like until you learn
she's right.
what these things mean that I'm exemplifying, then you can't really define them. So what I'm saying is take the girl on the date. It ain't gotta be a good date where it's like you didn't spend a couple $100. It could be like the $40, $50 range where y'all don't eat appetizers and a meal. But if it ain't going that great, you won't feel like it was a huge investment. Come on, Nehemiah. They not just gonna fall on your lap. I promise you.
Oh yeah, I've been out, but I just haven't, put too much effort into it. The way
So you're waiting for someone to put effort into you. It sounds like.
No.
I agree with Roxanne Rizzi when she just said you're being unrealistic.
Let me ask a question. Are you willing to date outside? How would you begin to date outside of Atlanta with the fact that you got travel, COVID? How would you position that if people were interested in you watching? Because listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, people want to slide in your DMs, brother. Okay?
Take Paula to Applebee's.
They want you with Paula. I got hearts on the screen and faces.
They feeling you.
How would you date somebody virtually?
I think that's awesome to date somebody with social media now, because now you don't have a choice but to talk and learn about each other. Because I used to do pen pals. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Yeah. That's amazing. So you learn how to touch people without actually touching them.
Come on now.
I like that.
And so
come on now.
I think, social media would be an awesome way to do it.
So
Nehemiah, I'm challenging you. We're gonna check back in with you.
I'm asking another question. As the man and the pursuer, paint me a great first date. Paint the women that are watching what it looks like to have a date that makes sense and that's acceptable for their standards.
Oh man, a date that's acceptable. I think learn that person first.
Well, where are you learning them at? What's that date? What is that setting of that? That's what we get to, the detail. Where you taking her?
Mm-hmm.
What it look like?
Somewhere quiet. A nice dinner, somewhere quiet. But if you watch that person for a while, you kind of learn what they like. You kind of learn the type of person they are. And so, because I like to study people first before I, invest my time and my money. Because you could be doing all this stuff right here, but she only wants this. And so, and I've been that guy and I've failed in that area. So it depends on the woman, but a nice dinner, me showing her that I respect her by, dressing my best. And and just talking.
Nehemiah, before you go, can I challenge you to do something?
Yes, ma'am.
Will you? Because you do all the workout challenges. You do all the challenges. He's sitting in the video like, I did a challenge. Can I challenge you to do something in regards to this?
I got you.
The one girl that you have been eyeing. I know you got one. The one you've been eyeing, wherever you've been eyeing her at, send her a message and ask her out. Virtual date, real date, social distance date, whatever. Initiate a conversation with her. Will you do that?
Yeah, I promise. I got you.
Because I'm going to pull up. I'll be like, Nehemiah, where she at? What's up? What's her name?
I got one more challenge for you.
What's up, bro?
And if one of the women in this live are bold enough to enter your DMs.
Oh, they're already in there.
Oh, so if somebody in their DMs, can you just say hello back?
Please.
I can do that, but I ain't community dick now.
All right, and
Okay. We ain't saying nothing about the community.
Bless you, brother. Thank you for coming on.
All right, we gonna follow up, Nehemiah.
All right, appreciate that.
Okay,
Thank you.
Asia, hey, where my Asia at? Where's she at?
She in here.
I know Asia in here.
Guys, thank y'all so much for your participation. I'm just really happy that y'all are. I'm
trying to find Asia, and I know she in here.
She dropped a heart for Nehemiah.
Okay, wait. I'm trying to. So, how about this? Everyone that's supposed to be a part of the live,
raise your hand.
request to be in the live. Oh, here's Asia. So that when I go to look for y'all, I can find it. I gotta be quiet because I'm biased with Asia. I'm gonna let you talk.
I can run.
Because I love Asia.
Hey.
Hi, guys.
Face. You better come on with a face.
Don't start.
I ain't ready. Okay.
Hey, y'all.
Quiet.
All right. So for all those, this is my beautiful sister.
You gotta introduce yourself.
But I do want you to introduce yourself.
We didn't gotta focus because we love Asia.
Okay, so my name is Asia. I am 36. I'm a mother of 2.
And that's not her son. That's her nephew.
Go away. We gotta go over there. I'm a mother of 2. I'm an entrepreneur. You know, we have 2 businesses. So yeah, I'm a hardworking mother, and you know, this is about singleness. So here I am.
All right. We love to see it.
Let's rock. All right. So, what is the most difficult thing about dating that you found recently?
That's a good question.
Yeah. So honestly, I'm gonna have to say the consistency part. Honestly.
Sound like Paula.
Yeah, like my girl Paula. I was feeling my girl Paula.
Say more about the consistency.
On the same thing.
Yes. Tell me more about the consistency.
So it's just like you meet someone, you go out, you have good conversation, you feel like the chemistry is there, and then it's like, I don't know, guys just drop the ball. That's just what I noticed, you know, or that's what's been my experience.
Okay.
Solid.
So in the sense that we got a little spinning wheel.
Okay.
All right. So in the sense that they dropped the ball, because the guys are not here, how do you contribute to them dropping the ball in any way?
Do I contribute? No. I mean, I'm very consistent. So when I'm dating, you know, I'm calling or I'm engaging with, you know, I'm just trying to move forward. And a lot of times it's like, I don't know if dudes get scared, or I don't know if, you know, I don't know what it is. I'm not a mind reader. I don't know, but it's like, you know, they just dropped the ball. I don't know if they have so many other women that they're dating at the same time. They can't keep up, or it's just, and I have high expectations when I'm dating as well. So maybe I, you know, put the pressure on too much, and I may be too much. Like maybe that's my thing. But I mean, I feel like the right person, that's not going to be a problem. It should be a problem. So maybe they just ain't the right one.
Facts. So if you feel like they're not the right one, get your dog together, Asia. They all talking about who dog. They like who dog.
It's a lot going on.
I know. I know. You got kids over there, ain't even your kids.
But you managing.
You're managing.
I'm
getting it done. You got on the fact that you got kids and dogs and you put on some makeup, I commend you. That's a hard task.
Boss lady.
That's a hard task.
I wear many hats.
Okay, so this is my question to you. What do you define dating? Because I feel like some women feel like as soon as they meet a guy and they are interested in him, they automatically feel like we're now dating. So what separates that line of just, you know, we're just getting to know each other and we're dating?
That's good.
So, I mean, what's the definition of dating? I mean, I guess there's several definitions. I mean, dating can be, you know, I just met you, let's go out on a date and let's get to know each other. Or is dating like, we're always seeing each other, we're always going out, and it's the step before a committed relationship?
I look at dating as consistent effort towards moving forward.
Yes.
That's what
on both ends.
On both ends. Yeah, dating is consistent effort towards moving forward. So, and I would say in all areas. So a lot of times people position the fact that I'm seeing this person or I'm talking to them, and really 80% of the relationship is just having sex.
Facts.
And then 20% isn't necessarily building towards anything. But dating is, I'm sharing your space. I'm starting to know your vulnerabilities. You talk about, you know, the things you don't talk about with other people. Like, I'm getting to know you more and more deeper. And if you don't feel that way, women, whoever are listening, if you don't feel like you're getting to know the guy deeper, over time you got a question about where you're going, because that starts to feel like you're driving around a cul-de-sac.
And so, Chris, as a woman, when do we ask the man that question? In so many words, you know the question, what we doing? Where we going? Where this, you know that question, we gotta ask that question, like what we doing here? When is a good time to ask that question?
When you start to feel like the question's coming up. What are you gonna say, Ava?
Feel like when you feel like it's that time, like I think timing is very important, and I just feel like you're gonna know when it's that time. I don't even think it's a sad thing. Like we're not in high school or middle school no more. It's like you my boyfriend, you my girlfriend. I think it's just something that naturally happens, you know. I think it's a feeling you get, it's a vibe, it's the energy, and you two become one.
Where's this going?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. But if I have to ask that question, it's probably not going nowhere. Like if
but see, so this is my.
You know what
okay, but listen, let me I'm challenging Nehemiah, so let me challenge you. So we be having this feeling, you know, we be having this feeling over here. It be telling us to do something, and sometimes out of fear, we don't listen to that feeling. So sometimes that feeling is, let me ask and check in to see where we at, right? So I encourage you, I'm challenging you. Ask the question, get the answer. And we know when people be lying. We know when they be lying. They be sweating. They start looking the other way. They say stuff like, what you mean? You know, whatever. Get a clear answer from where are we going? And if where he says he's going doesn't match your destination, that's the end of the ride.
But how early do you want the answer? Asia, how early do you want that answer?
See, the timeline thing don't work for me. It's just more like if we vibing and everything is going good, then I'm in a good space. And I don't have to pressure you or ask you anything because we moving forward, I feel like. So that question to me is only asked when a woman is scared, like, oh, I'm scared this ain't going nowhere, so let me ask him. You ain't got to ask him because you already know what time it is. If you feel like you got to ask that question, I feel like that's just how I feel about that situation. Like, I ain't asking that because I'm going to leave before I got to ask that because I mean, where's this going? Clearly it ain't going nowhere if you got to ask. That's just
or it could just be, let's just check in.
Because obviously it's a problem going on, or obviously, you know, something has happened to make a woman feel like she needs to ask that question. Right. Something is not right.
I would agree that, or there's some type of pain in the past that you wasted time before, and you just trying to make sure that you're not wasting no more time with the new one.
Right, but the right man is not going to bring those wounds back up. You ain't even going to feel like that because he's doing everything he's supposed to be doing. So right now, I'm kind of dating someone, and I don't have those issues. Like, and it's very new, but it's good. And so when I say new, yeah, it's new. It's like a month and a half, almost 2 months. But everything has been going great. So as far as when do I ask him, where's this going? Well, I mean, I just kind of already know it's moving forward. So I don't need to ask.
Let me ask. Yeah, it does. I want to ask, how is dating in your 20s been different than dating in your 30s?
Oh, wow. Dating in my 20s, I was just about fun. You know, I wasn't trying to, I was just having fun. I was kicking it, you know what I'm saying? But now I date with intentions. Like now it's like, okay, I'm 36. I'm ready to be married. I'm ready to settle down. I got 2 kids. You know, I own my own house. Like I got my businesses. Like it's time for me to really, it's time to settle down. So I date with intention to be a wife, or I'm moving forward. It's not like, we just kicking it and this, I'm just here for fun. Like I've had fun already. So fun is not, I'm looking for a partner. You know what I'm saying? Somebody to do life with. So
I love that.
I love that.
Okay,
and I love my girl Paula. Y'all was getting on my girl Paula a little too much.
I was challenging Paula.
I was on Paula's side.
I was challenging Paula because I was listening to her struggles. I was listening to her issues. And I feel like as women, we forget we play a role in where we're at or what happens to us. We do. We don't want to admit that we played a part in something that happened to us. you know.
Well, that's true. But I feel like us as women, we're so reserved because as a woman, you naturally give so much. We're givers. And if I'm dating somebody and I'm into you and I'm loving you or whatever that I mean, it's hard for me to pull back. You know how some people say, like, you can't give everything up front. Like, when I'm dating somebody and I'm into you, I'm making your plate, I'm cooking your dinner. Like, I'm just taking care of you. And I'm just a server naturally. Like, that's who I am. And maybe that's why it ain't worked, because I do too much too early.
Okay, so
so
listen.
That's probably why relationships haven't worked, because I don't hold back.
Okay, but listen. Let me ask you a question. Only you can answer this. Because you're telling me who you are, what you do, what you about to do, what you ain't doing. Is it working for you?
Now it is. Yes, I truly believe it's that other individual, the male. I truly believe it's his level of, it's his mindset, where he is, because the guy I'm dating now is younger than me, but he done showed up and showed out more so than dudes that's older or whatever the case may be. So I truly think it's the individual. I don't think you can put everybody in the same pot or put everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, the rules don't apply to everybody. It's different for everybody in every situation. So that's kind of.
So before you go, I want to ask, what has been the greatest lesson you've learned about yourself being a 36-year-old woman and still in dating at this point?
What's the biggest lessons I've learned? Not to bring up my past issues into the present relationship. Not to be fearful, not to bring up my past wounds, thinking he gonna do the same thing that guy did, or thinking this ain't gonna work because of whatever. Like, just to be free, just to enjoy the moment, enjoy y'all company with each other, y'all conversations, y'all vibe, like, just enjoy it and have fun. Like, don't put too much pressure on it. Like, that's what I've learned. Like, if it's good, enjoy it. Don't put too much on it, because that's when it gets to be like messy to me.
Good observation. That's a good lesson learned. All right, y'all. Her DMs are open.
DMs open.
DM open. Hey,
all right, Ace, we love you.
Love you too. Bye, y'all.
Bye. Okay, we're going to Troy. I love Troy. He has been active this entire life. And Troy got to tell y'all who he is and what he's been doing. And don't be trying to be all up on his team when he let y'all know what he got going on. Hi, Troy.
What's up? How y'all doing, man?
Okay, introduce yourself to my audience.
Okay. My name is Troy Brookins. I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio. I live in Los Angeles right now. Used to be an athlete. Now I'm acting. I'm currently on a TV show called All American. If y'all watch it, it's on Netflix.
You All American! I knew that. I was waiting for everybody to hear it.
We start filming season 3 soon. Got a lot of things else that I'm working on, some Disney projects.
Let me just say this about Troy.
Very dope, bro.
Let me say this about Troy. So Troy and I, we didn't go to the same school. We went to the same school district. So we were in the same conference, right? And I knew Troy because he was a good basketball player. You know, obviously I was the absolute best at running track, period. And so, so I remember having conversations with Troy. And he's from, it's called Down the Way. If you're from Cleveland, you know what Down the Way is. If you're not from Cleveland, Down the Way basically is like close to downtown. And it's the way you don't want to go. Right. Basically. It's that neighborhood. And I remember him living with his family, overly crowded apartment, right?
Overly crowded.
I lived in an overly crowded house. And he ended up, I remember him saying to me, one day I'm going to get out of here, I'm going to be famous. I literally remember him saying this in high school. And so when I found out you were acting on All American, I didn't want to be too excited because Lamar would be like, what's wrong with you? Like, who is this person? But I was just so elated because I'm like, he really did what he said he was going to do from a very, very small little town in Cleveland, Ohio. So kudos to you, Troy.
That's dope, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, so why are you single?
Why am I single? Jeez, I heard 3 people before me, and I still don't have an answer for that, honestly.
Okay, that's real.
I think I've gotten more into myself and started focusing on my career and the path that I'm heading. I'm a very giving person, so originally, like any relationship that I've always had, I've always been giving, kind of like Paula was talking about earlier. She give, and it's almost like it was never returned. So now at this point, I'm kind of being selfish. Still a good dude though, not out here on no trash or nothing. But
would you date a woman with kids?
And how old are you?
Yeah, I'm 33.
We the same age. We came out in 05, right?
Yeah, 05.
Okay,
yes,
both came out in 05. Would you date a woman with kids?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you have children?
Yes, I'm a father.
Okay.
I'm being nosy. How many kids you got?
2.
Okay. All right, that's okay.
Detroit, are you a dad or are you a father?
I'm a father.
Oh, I know
I'm a father.
Yeah. Let me tell you something about men with kids. They know what they doing because it's hard to avoid kids when you know what you're doing.
100%.
I'm just saying, it's gonna happen. I'm probably getting so much trouble for saying this. I'm sorry, Lamar. I'm just saying, it's just some realness in there. You know how they say about women who got kids, though?
Yeah, for sure.
Same baby mom?
No.
Okay. It's all right.
Listen.
Yeah. You know, I'm not shameful.
I'm not
shameful. Yeah. I'm not shameful.
Somebody said, any baby mama.
Let me tell you why. Because listen, Troy, your DMs, are they open?
They about to explode.
I mean, they open. I don't know what's going on with them.
Your
right
DMs about to be on fire like they announced Beyonce tickets. Okay, so
this a live lit.
I want them to be aware of what they're going into.
Oh. What you mean? Like as far as what they come into my DM with?
I'm gonna give you the same challenge as Nehemiah. Okay, but anyways, let's start off here. You're single, you got 2 kids, you're successful, you're starting your career as an actor, it's going great. Obviously, you're living in LA, you're on a wonderful show called All American. When was your last date?
Honestly, the same thing where everybody's saying with the COVID. I haven't really been able to like go on a true like date. I'm a very spontaneous, random person too. So my dates consider of just like randomly like, yo, you get dressed, let's like go somewhere. And if they ask me what's the occasion, I may tell them like, yo, we hiking or we going to dinner. But I like private settings.
Yeah.
Okay, that's romantic. Hiking.
Are you a private person naturally?
In certain situations, yes. I like to keep my stuff very private.
I'm laughing at the comments. I promise you. I'll just think it's funny. Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
But I like private settings just because in a club or a bar or something, you can't really get to know that person. You can't sit there and get to talk because the music's loud. You know, like you can't really hear. You can't go to a movie because both of y'all are paying attention to the movie. You're not really indulging into each other. You know what I mean? So my date is like taking a hike, even though somebody might be breathing heavy. I mean, I'm still getting
you can take a break.
Take a break.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sit down, take a break, look at the views. So yeah, I enjoy that definitely.
I want to kind of ask you a tougher question. I want to see. You're 33 now, so you've had the years as a man to kind of play and to kind of do all that sort of thing.
Right.
What do you? That's a real thing. I mean, we legit we like Prince Akeem. We saw royal oats. I mean, we are. Yeah, we Prince Akeem. You gotta hope that King Jaffe Jaffe gonna come search for you as a man. So here's my question to you: what do you bring to the table at 33 for a woman?
I mean, how open is the table? Like, what do you want me to,
Come on now.
What do we got room? We got room on the table, or we got okay. I bring a foundation. I have security of
got a couple dollars.
I got financially secure. I'm very family oriented. I'm trying to think of the list of things right now. Let me see, what else do I bring to the table?
I'm giving you permission to brag on yourself.
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna be honest too. I used to be a individual. I used to be weak too. You know what I mean? Like I used to have insecurities. Yeah, I used to have insecurities with things because of because of where I came from. I didn't know what I
I can
was
feel you on
capable
that.
of doing. Yeah, I didn't know what I was capable of doing. And then when I learned that, I became more secure in myself. So I'm very secure of where I'm going and the direction I'm heading. And I'm a helper. I'm a big heart, got a big heart, and I'm a man of God.
Awesome, bro. Awesome.
So
Thank you. Thank you for that, Troy.
Yeah.
Okay, so you seem to know exactly what a good date is as far as how to get to know them in a quiet place. You have a great foundation. You're bringing a lot to the table. You know, you feel like you're ready for a relationship. So, when was the last time you went on a date? And what happened?
the last time I went on a date, it was actually a hike. Um, and I mean, what happened in
Is you
between
taking
the
all the
time?
girls to the same hike?
No, no, no.
They gonna be like, girl, he took you to the Holland Girl. Girl, he took me there too. Girl, we gotta stop going there.
Yo,
Are you at
that's
least spreading out the hikes?
Oh man, God saved you. See, God jumped in your Wi-Fi and said he needed a
Okay, he's
ball.
back. I'm just
I got
saying,
it. I got it.
let's spread the area out a little bit. I'm just saying.
No,
Okay,
no.
you took her on the hike.
Yeah, we went on a hike. I had a good time. We enjoyed ourselves. We had a good time. Just the things following the hike was what happened that kind of like made me dub back a little bit. So anytime
Such a what?
anytime I'm reminded of a place where I escaped from, the place that I told you I didn't like to be
Be specific,
before
Troy.
Hold on,
Be
Troy.
specific,
Troy,
Troy.
was you
I
almost
Come on
was you
now.
almost kidnapped, Troy?
huh? Wait, what happened?
The man said,
Be specific. You on
Okay.
my, this is my life.
Okay, I got you. Okay. So the weak individual I used to be, right? Once I became this strong, like-minded individual, anything that takes me back to that weak-minded state, I immediately have to release myself from that place because I can't allow myself to go back there when I've already made these amounts of leaps that I have to get to where I am. And I mean I worked hard to get
So
where I'm
how
Amen.
at
does
right
she
now.
make you feel weak?
Amen.
Or how
Okay,
does she
so
expose or re-agitate that weak spot
Because it
for
sounded
you?
like there was a trigger.
Yeah.
yeah,
What she
accusations.
do, Troy? You ain't gotta say her name. This
It
we
was
trying to learn. We trying to learn what not to
no.
do.
It was accusations. Like I'm not. Don't accuse me of anything because I'm not that person. You know what I mean? I don't get if I don't give you a reason to do that. Like it'll be different. I can accept my flaws if I did something to receive that accusation, but I did
So what
nothing to
she
receive
accuse you
that.
of? You
Just
gonna get
being
it out. We gonna be here all night.
just being around another girl or like kicking it with
Okay.
another girl,
She
not
was bringing
answering
up
my
other women
phone.
during your
Yeah.
hike.
No. This was after. This was following the fact that we went on a hike already, and then later the next couple days, it just was like, oh yeah, so like you talked to this girl, like, and I was just like, yo, what?
Oh, so those are her insecurities.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I don't got time to help build that stuff no more. I can I can contribute, but I don't got that much time to be developing that much
You
into
are
something, you
100%
know.
right. I'm just gonna speak life into you. Anybody who has spent time building themselves, you have earned the right to avoid those triggers. You
Yes,
have earned the right to honor yourself enough as a king to say,
yes, sir. Yes,
I'm
sir.
worth enough to not go back to anything that causes division in my own spirit. So if that
100%.
means that I need to cut off something that seemed promising, then I'm willing to cut something off that seems promising. So,
Right.
that just makes more sense for you. And sometimes that's difficult to do. But
Right.
I'd rather do something difficult than cause death to myself.
That's 100%. That's exactly where I went with that. Look at
Okay.
They see me drinking and I'm grown. Listen, ain't got no
Hey,
kids to drink.
so now on a less serious note, Troy, if you have frequent flyer miles, you might need to use them because there are going to be some date requests.
When you coming
I
back to
might need
Cleveland,
it.
Troy?
Yeah.
I actually might be in Cleveland. So we start filming All American. We have the quarantine like the second week of September, so I can't go nowhere before that. So it'll be between now and like mid-September.
You should just come
Troy,
on back.
I was I was gonna invite you to my house for some dinner. We could chop it up.
Real talk.
And,
Yeah.
And no one knows where I live, Troy. So you'll be safe here.
Oh yeah, all right, cool, for sure.
Yeah,
Long as I'm good. Yeah.
Okay, Troy, we're definitely gonna check back with you. So thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. Love y'all.
Absolutely.
It was a good time. That's a good time.
Troy was great. Y'all better stop talking about Troy. Jazz, your wife.
Hey, Jazz, wife. You don't have no car. I'm gonna burn the gas out for you to pick up Troy.
Plug you in, sis. Okay, so
you can't be in the car with Troy. He smiled too much.
We have to continue this conversation. We have